A Russian MiG-31 fighter jet crashed in the Lipetsk region during a landing attempt after a routine training flight, Russian state media TASS reported on October 9, citing the defense ministry. Both pilots managed to eject and were found by rescuers near the crash site. They were hospitalized with injuries of varying severity. According to officials, the aircraft's landing gear system failed mid-flight, causing the MiG-31 to lose control and crash into a wooded area in the Chaplygensky district. The MiG-31 is a Soviet-designed supersonic interceptor developed in the 1970s and based on the MiG-25. It is built for engaging high-speed aerial targets at long range and altitude. Some variants have been modified to carry Russia's Kh-47M2 Kinzhal hypersonic missiles. The MiG-31 is a two-seat, long-range supersonic interceptor designed to destroy enemy aircraft, including bombers and cruise missiles. It can reach speeds of up to 3,000 km per hour and climb to heights of 21,000 meters. The fighter's primary air defense versions are armed with long-range R-33 and R-37 air-to-air missiles. Earlier this year, Ukraine's General Staff reported that its Special Operations Forces struck Russia's Savoslayka airbase overnight, damaging at least one MiG-31 and one Su-30 or Su-34. Analysts noted that the loss of even a single MiG-31K, Russia's Kinzhal carrier variant, could have serious consequences. Russia is incapable of manufacturing new MiG-31K aircraft for Kinzhal deployment, so any loss in this category is especially painful, said earlier Ukrainian outlet Defense Express. Russia has attempted to expand its MiG-31K fleet since the start of its full-scale invasion of Ukraine. In 2022, only 12 aircraft were in service, but the Military Balance 2024 estimated the number may have since doubled to around 24. Reports have also surfaced of newer MiG-31 IP-SHIM variants capable of autonomously navigating to Kinzhal launch points, unlike the manually guided MiG-31K. Yet both versions are refurbishments of aging Soviet-era jets, not newly built ones. Russia's stockpile of mothballed MiG-31s, estimated at 130 to 150 airframes in 2018, has largely been scavenged for spare parts to keep active interceptors flying. By early 2024, Russia had about 90 MiG-31B/BM interceptors in service and another 30 assigned to naval aviation. But the limits of that fleet are showing. MiG-31s were last produced in 1993, with only around 500 ever built, and fewer than 150 believed to remain operational. The aircraft's D-30F6 engines require overhauls every 300 flight hours, and despite past claims of large reserves, Russian officials are now openly discussing the need to restart production. Earlier, a Russian Su-34 fighter bomber crashed on July 1 in a forested area near the village of Veletma and the town of Kulabaki in Russia's Nizhny Novgorod region. According to the Russian Ministry of Defense, the aircraft went down during a scheduled training mission. Both pilots ejected before impact. As reported, Ukrainian drones struck Russian-occupied Crimea overnight on October 6, hitting the Feodosia oil terminal. Media reports that a fire is still raging at a large oil depot in the occupied city of Feodosia. The Crimean Wind Channel has released new videos from the scene. The footage, shot from a car driving along the highway, clearly shows huge columns of smoke rising above the base. According to satellite images provided to Radio Liberty by Planet Labs, smoke from the fire spread up to 12 kilometers. Sources say that the facility in question is considered the largest oil base in Crimea and has played a key role in the fuel and logistics supply of the Russian army since the first days of the occupation. As a result of the incident, numerous fuel tanks were completely destroyed, and explosions continue in the area. The terminal, located about 250 kilometers from Ukraine-controlled territory, is the largest oil storage facility in Crimea. It can hold up to 250,000 tons of fuel, which supplies Russian forces. According to the General Staff of Ukraine, the terminal serves as a multifunctional facility for transferring oil and petroleum products between rail, sea, and road transport. Ukrainian forces also struck an ammunition depot belonging to a logistics battalion of Russia's 18th Combined Arms Army in Crimea, though the results of that strike are still being assessed. It is noted that the strikes carried out by the Ukrainian army in recent weeks in the Black Sea and on the Crimean Peninsula are considered one of the heaviest losses for Russian military infrastructure. Recall, Ukraine last struck the Feodosia oil depot in October 2024, prompting Russian-appointed local occupation authorities to declare a state of emergency. The strike comes amid Ukraine's intensified campaign against Russian energy infrastructure. Fuel shortages have worsened across occupied Crimea and Sevastopol, with around 50% of gas stations halting gasoline sales, Russian business outlet Kommersant reported. Drone operators of the Security Service of Ukraine have carried out strikes on areas in the occupied territories where Russian troops and armored combat vehicles were located. As a result of nighttime strikes using FP-2 drones equipped with 105-kilogram warheads, a significant number of Russian military personnel and various armored vehicles were blown up and destroyed.